Is that a hawk or a falcon?
Coming in hot. And that's how Dustin does it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're here, and as you can tell, it wasn't Dustin today. It's just me, Senor Daniel,
Hello.
and Senorita Miss Joy.
Hola.
Yeah.
Thing is, she kind of looks like Dora right now. Anyways, the way she got her like she's sitting there with her legs crisscrossed. And
Yeah. So it's just us three today. I guess it's kind of like a dark hour, but combo kings.
a dark hour, and then there's a light hour.
It's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to seem like me, you, and Daniel, Miss Joy, we're the only ones doing this podcast. Yeah,
I mean, I've only missed 1 week, I think.
yeah, I know.
The entire time.
No, you
Well,
missed twice.
Well,
Several
Dustin's,
times,
you know, the Redneck King is not on an actual hiatus.
Well, he is this time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he came back.
He came
and then
back.
went on a vacation.
Oh, yeah, that is right. Dang, never. See, I was
I
trying
went
to give him
fishing,
credit.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to give him credit. You
You
know,
can't
if you
give credit where it ain't due.
We'll give him half credit considering he volunteered.
Well,
Did he volunteer or did he actually fail?
we don't know.
Well, regardless,
He went
did,
up there
he
and
did a
helped
good
the
deed.
mountains.
Yes, he did a good deed and went up
Yeah.
there to help the people up there in the mountains.
Yes, he did.
So-
Yes, he did. I can't get on him too much.
We'll give him that.
Well, and half credit in school, that's still a failing. That's still an F. So
Oh man, don't be so hard on him. He was
Fail.
helping the mountain folk.
I help them too with my money.
Damn. Anyway, well, I guess we've had Miss Joy's had a pretty busy week, I think. Well, we all have from what we've been talking about, and that kind of leads me into the topic for today, and it's small business,
Hustling.
hustling, if you want to call it, small creators. I've had kind of like I don't know, y'all ever heard like a writer's block?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've kind of had that this week. I've had a couple of good ideas, and they just poof right out my head.
Is it writer's block or writer's strike?
I don't know, Daniel. It might be both.
A mental strike.
Maybe a mental strike.
Your mind says it's like on the Windows computer where you hit shut down.
Yeah, it. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of things. I mean, I've had a couple of videos. Well, I had one video about 2 weeks ago that's still like getting views. It was like at 50,000. So not on TikTok. YouTube is a slow grow, buddy.
I can imagine. I can't do all that.
YouTube is not easy to get subscribers, but I'm working on it. I opened up a group here in Charlotte. We'll see if anybody jumps on it. It's kind of like where we meet. It's like a YouTube focus group. We'll sit around and go over thumbnails and titles, videos, and critique each other and stuff like that. But the requirement is you have to have an active YouTube account right now, and trying to scale your YouTube. But yeah, and then Miss Joy's got her little hustle business, and she's been making tumblers for Miss Ashley, one of the friends of the show.
She does everything actually.
Yeah, she does do a lot. Now she's prepping costumes for her and Daniel for the Renaissance Festival.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
I got an order for a creepy doll too.
yeah, she got an order for a creepy doll. And then on the other side of that, now I'm an ambassador for the Modern Viking Lifestyle dot shop.
Yep.
So,
You promote that too.
I got that going on. I got shoot, man. We got, I guess with him we have the Iceland trip that he's planning.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens with that as we move on. Like middle of next year, I think. So we'll be a bunch of people, like-minded people in a hotel, and like a six.
I feel bad for that hotel.
yeah, they'll be all right. I think they're used to us now. Iceland's the first European or Scandinavian.
You go in here, you here, get out. Hey, you go back. Welcome here.
Yeah.
You go back.
I don't know. They might like us.
Take it back. Miss Joy gonna start laughing because she's gonna when they say take it back.
Take it back.
That's what dang old Vista Austin about to do to me if I don't come and pick up my stuff.
Oh,
I know. She found a daggum Viking tent. One of those that they set up, man. It's like a canvas Viking tent.
I'm glad you reminded me of that because I think I just missed my option.
But Iceland is the first Scandinavian country that has a brand new Norse pagan temple.
I think that'd be kind of cool though, going out there with a group of people.
Yeah, David and Brittany, they're doing a good job trying to make a holistic community here. Nobody's fighting. I tell you what, man, are you talking about like content creators and stuff like that? I've seen in the Norse talk is what they call it. There's so much hate right now. Like everybody's fighting with each other. Who's right? Who's wrong?
You don't have to worry about that on the blue and white site.
What's that?
Onlydads.com. It ain't really. It starts with only, but.
Oh, I ain't got time for that. Dang, Daniel just went on.
I know.
Dang.
Dang, baby. He just like opened up his mind with that VPN. He's doing all kinds of stuff.
Here you go, just in front of everything, random thing.
Oh, you got OnlyFeet? Is that what you're doing?
I wish.
Daniel, how many people you subscribe to their OnlyFans? How many?
Subscribed or like pay or what?
Like where you pay for a month?
Oh no, I don't do that shit. I ain't that dumb. You can get it for free.
Have you clicked on a link just to see if they have free pictures?
Is there a way to keep track?
Oh, Lord. All right. Well, next. So, Miss Joy, you had a pretty eventful couple of days here with reconnecting with your with our niece. I ain't gonna say yours, because that's kind of like me not taking claim to her or something. But you kind of reconnected with your blood niece, my niece by marriage.
I did. Yeah, she. If it wasn't for you, she probably wouldn't be working with me now. So
I know, it was weird how I just saw her. Well, I was trying to keep. I caught Jeff trying to talk at her.
Oh Lord!
And I was like, "Hold up, wait a minute."
Jeff was hollering.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, so when David basically seen her, I was like, you know what? I'm like, why would she quit working at so and so to work there?
Yeah.
And they were hiring, so I figured, why not? I'm like, it's just like what I told her. We finally got an opportunity. She's been working there with me now for a couple of weeks. But she's been at the other location just this past week for training. But it was weird having her there as an adult, a young woman, talk, having an adult conversation. Where I was able to kind of tell her like what happened, why I pretty much kind of, stepped away from the actual family, and then to hear what's pretty much have happened with the family overall.
Yeah.
And I mean, they just all just fell apart. My dad passed, and ain't nobody spending no time with anybody. She said the same thing. He was the glue. Yeah. He was the glue, and although she thinks that if something happens to my mom, that it's even going to be worse. And I'm like, it can't be any more worse than what it already is.
No, it can't be no worse than, it can't be no worse.
They're money hungry people. And I'm like, we already know who's dealing with the property in Thailand. We already know who's dealing with the property here in the States. Ain't nobody getting any dang on money. Nobody ain't splitting nothing.
Yep.
Because it's always going to be, well, this person contributed this much. This person did this. This person did that. Yeah. I ain't got time. You know what? You don't want to give it to me, don't give it to me. I don't even care.
I don't blame you.
I don't care. But
it's definitely one of those, like, every family has kind of like a matriarch.
Mm-hmm.
And once that person, kind of take stage left, so to speak.
Yeah. But it was nice. She came over. She's been wanting to color her hair. It took longer than anticipated. So that was tiring and exhausting, but it was nice at the same time, and got to enjoy a nice lunch family little luncheon afterwards.
Yeah.
And then it was on to my
anytime
next.
I get to go to Texas Roadhouse, and they don't pay us, by the way, but anytime I go to Texas Roadhouse, and it's a good thing.
Yeah, I hadn't been anywhere that had good steak like theirs. It's always tender.
You ain't been to my house, too.
Well, you don't invite us, do you? You don't do that.
Hey, I'll come to yours and cook it.
Well, I can cook steak at my own house.
I'll cook for you. I give you the time of your life.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be in there. I'll be in there playing Dirty Dancing while I'm cooking.
Dance? Oh no.
I get the time of my life.
You done made me choke on the speed.
Ain't the only thing you choking on.
Oh Lord.
Oh wait. So
I was waiting for the moment.
that means that you're gonna have to be the one to be Patrick Swayze, and he's gonna have to run up to do the little infamous mount.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, but we would end up doing that in your kitchen. And remember how
we might start in the kitchen, but we'll end up in the laundry room.
Well, let's say, remember where you took out the part? Well, you took out that wall in your kitchen. You got that pipe you couldn't get rid of.
Yeah.
That pipe won't be there no more.
No. That refrigerator and stuff.
Hey, no. We'll be doing that, and I know where you're gonna hear barking and be like, "What the hell?" And look up. Oh shit, we're in the damn basement.
Exactly.
We don't fail on whiskey, Kendall.
But I tell you what, yeah, I mean, like this week already, I had to kind of. I was putting it aside, about finally submitting for my actual increase and stuff like that. So I was like,
I was really proud of you that you
got
did that
done. Yeah, I know. I was like, you know what? I can't be asking the gods for help if I ain't helping myself.
Yeah.
And then I get caught up with my wording and all that stuff. So and just being able to try and focus on getting numbers up and things like that this week.
Yeah.
Plus I had the plans with like Desiree, and then I knew that my tumblers were coming in, trying to get that started, and then going from. Well, actually, I finished. That was another thing too. I finished Scott's custom tumbler that he ordered.
Yeah, Scott ordered a tumbler, and then did he get a dark hour tumbler too?
Yeah.
So he got a dark hour tumbler. Dang, Scott cleaned out, didn't he?
Oh yeah, that dang old bag is full.
And Daniel made him stuff on the. Daniel, got any 3D printing stuff going on?
Took a break this week.
Okay.
I didn't feel like doing much of anything this past week, which is understandable.
Well, yeah. Daniel had a rough week, guys. We talked about it on the dark hour, but if you don't listen to that,
Daniel, I lost 2 animals.
He lost 2 animals, but the one that really bothered me was what was it, Casper?
Yeah, my buddy, my little buddy.
Was that was your first cat, right?
That was the very first one I adopted.
I remember that, yeah.
My black cat.
Yeah.
Ironically, in October.
Now,
I have another. I have 2.
How are they acting?
The first few days. Today was the first day that they actually kind of acted a little bit more normal.
Yeah.
They seem like. So it actually gave the other cats some more confidence. So they're actually eating more than they did before.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's weird. The way it was, it's weird. The way this other black cat came, it was almost like it was meant to be, and like somewhere in the universe like intervened and like knew something was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because he came almost exactly a year ago as a kitten to my side, to the side of the house. I was going to work, and he just comes walking up to the side door. And I walk out. I'm like, hold up, that's a new kitten. But so I fed him that morning, and after I fed him, I was like, well, I can't let you in the house right now because I don't know if you got anything.
Yeah.
So I was like, if you're still here when I get home today from work after 8 hours, we'll consider adopting you. I got home. I looked for that little kitten everywhere.
He was gone.
Gone.
Oh.
But so I was kind of sad because I was like, man, I kind of hope to get another cat. So I was sitting there I was just sitting there smoking a cigar beside the house in my little chair out there, and comes from behind the trash can. He's been behind the trash can all day. Comes out,
probably just hanging out.
He come out behind the trash can, starts rubbing up against me. So I grabbed him up and I put that cigar out, and I took him straight to the vet, got his shots, and we brought him in the house. And a year later, I'm losing my other black cat. So it's almost like they're both males, almost like he was meant to be a replacement almost. But
it does happen like that for sure.
I mean, if there's a such thing as a replacement.
Yeah. But we hope that you kind of get on the other side of that.
Yeah, and we lost a dog too, but that one was rough on the whole family because on the other half of the family.
Yeah, actually it'd be kind of hard to talk about. So we'll just say that we're sorry that they're lost, and hope that everybody gets. I know what it's like, losing an animal and all that stuff. So
I'll tell you what though, when you're like, you got your regular job, you got your different side hustles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like for you, especially you, I'm like, I know. I mean, because we're just like the YouTube videos I watch, the TikToks and things like that.
Yeah.
There is so much that goes into that. Just like what you were talking about, that one video, and I'm like, you're like, critique it. What's the worst scene? I'm like, you did great. But you're like, but I wouldn't have known that it only took you like 80 dang on tries.
Yeah.
Before you got to that point. But when you come home, and there's somebody parked in your damn spot.
Oh, Lord.
Uh-oh.
I sit there and I'm like, ooh, my stomach just bubbling. My stomach bubbling. I'm like, why? Why you gotta park in my spot?
I would go out with a baseball bat and started hitting that motherfucker.
I'm like, it's the same people. The same people that told me they were going to leave in July. Okay? I don't know how many times I've had this conversation with Yolanda. I'm like, please stop parking in my spot when I come home from work. I am tired. I should not have to sit here and wait, hunt you down. Okay, wait for you to move.
Yep.
For me to dang on park.
Man, I get out of my car. Remember The Walking Dead? When he had Little Seal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the baseball bat with the barbed wire. I'll be getting out and be like calling like, "You little piggy."
I believe you me. If they didn't live beside us, I'm like, I don't want to deal with the dang on drama. Because when we first moved in, oh man, them dang on people, me and them people, and then they got the other lady that was beside us. I swear they were probably trying to persuade me to go out back that one day on time so they can probably try to whoop up on me.
What?
Yeah.
When we first moved in there,
yeah,
like we went at it. Me and both of them went at it. They had like damn dirty tampons thrown in our dang on bush.
That was retarded.
I had a rose bush to pour some dang chemicals, killed my dang on plant.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they were doing some dirty stuff.
Oh, they lucky I ain't live there.
It didn't go very far.
It would have became the Hatfields and the McCoys real quick.
Mm-hmm. I stood my ground and it kind of leveled off, and they realized that I wasn't backing down.
No. Yeah.
I'm like, you want to go to war? I said, okay, we can go to war.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, it'd be the Hatfields and McCoys. I'd be like, we about to fight, motherfucker.
No, ain't gonna be no.
I'll burn both of these bitches down.
You don't want. I wouldn't want to do that.
I'd be like, my house, your house, I'll burn this block down, bitch. No. That's what I'd be like.
I gotta have someone. I got
mentally
sleeping indoors and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, you get money from it.
Yeah. After the truck was.
Hey, no. You get a nice place to go. Nice warm and dry place to sleep after that.
Mm-mm.
It might be downtown, but
the shelter.
No, it'll be downtown.
I don't trust anything.
No, I don't want to go to jail.
And they'll be sleeping in the funeral home.
Daniel, you too pretty to be in jail.
Any situation after that whole thing with the truck, after that accident, I thought it was just going to be cut and dry. Maybe a few months, 2-3 months.
Yeah,
we'd be all set. Heck no, like a year.
Yeah, it did take about a year to get everything settled, and then we didn't even end up getting hardly nothing. What?
Yeah.
I got a friend who got in a wreck in 2021. They're still going through court with it.
I didn't know.
But the person ain't had no insurance, ain't had no license.
Oh my God.
They ain't had shit.
But I'm like, you lose. A lot of people don't think about that. And I'm like, you still got to go and get a new car. Now you don't. I mean, like all these other cars. I'm like, how'd I get that truck? Guess what? I traded in. I think it was my RDX, right?
Oh, your Acura?
That I traded in for that one.
For the truck?
Yeah.
Yeah, you traded the RDX for that.
And then I'm like, well, now I have nothing to trade.
Mm-hmm.
We
had to come out of pocket.
And you only had the rental for like a couple of weeks.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, do you stay with the rental? Now you're having to pay out of pocket, or hurry up and find another vehicle. And I'm like, I'm not even ready.
What was that? You were driving one of those Subaru Foresters or something?
Those are good cars for it. Especially for animals.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was. You had like the little.
Oh wait.
The hatchback.
Yeah. No, it was like the one that looks like a.
No, yeah, it was. I was getting
like
that confused with the when the Wrangler was in the shop.
I lost it.
Crossover.
Not a.
I think it was a crossover.
Station wagon.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like a station wagon, but smaller.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, and I was definitely not ready to one drive.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that was really.
Two, it took me about a year and a half. Going a longer route around.
Yeah.
And then I felt like I was pushed pretty much to kind of hurry up and get another vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, guess what? Now I got to run your dang credit again.
Yeah, I know. I remember before you got the Jeep, you used to drive like a bat out of hell. Now you drive like Granny.
I'm like, Lord.
No, you got to give her time.
It used to be when we go to ride down to South Carolina, I'd be the whole time grabbing that old shit bar.
You get her on that interstate, boy.
That's different.
It used to be when we go run errands, I'd be driving separate behind her. I couldn't keep up with her.
Yeah.
Now I'll be passing her.
No, she just don't. Yeah, she don't trust the people.
I don't trust nobody.
Fuck everybody else. They pay my bills.
Yeah, that's what happened last time. Then what happened? Got hit again.
Huh?
Yeah, in the Jeep.
I didn't know she had hit the Jeep.
Yeah.
Somebody hit me in the dang Jeep.
Yeah, right in. She was in the turning lane, and they just
right there where the Harris Teeter is on Monroe Road. She was coming out from the movie theater. Traffic was back to back. I'm like, I had to leave work to either go get, I think, puppy food for the pups at the time, and I was like, oh my God, I don't feel like going through this dang traffic. But they need food, and you can't see over there if somebody's letting anybody out. And she didn't just gradually come out. Nope.
She hit you?
Yep. Sure did.
I would have got out with some ass. I'd be like, I just got this car.
Well, you got to think, too, she's just now getting over that one since she was in a state of shock. So.
Oh, my God.
Wasn't no getting out for that.
I wouldn't even get out. I just had to hold the piss out the window. You done fuck with the wrong one, bitch.
I ain't had time for all that. She already knew it was her fault.
I was like, you paying for this bitch.
Like, you messed up.
I'd be like, I'm getting my truck back, motherfucker. You paying for this bitch.
It wasn't even like that.
I would have felt the side of that thing. Oh, my neck. Oh, my back. Oh, I shit myself too.
So how long have you been doing the landscaping with your dad?
I ain't with my dad. My dad with me now, but
or y'all.
I have been landscaping personally myself for almost 10 years now. So
what made you start that?
I was a teenager in school, needed money.
And then then your dad just kind of eventually just kind of got involved with it?
He did his own little thing. He's that push mower. And he did his own thing, and I don't know. I guess we just somehow
just come up at a certain period.
I guess we just somehow one day I just said, I think one day I said I feel bad for him because he went out there and mowed 2 yards, spent like 12 hours with a push mower. I felt bad, so I said, let me take my zero turn there one day.
But you regret that, huh?
Sometimes.
He said sometimes.
Sometimes. Sometimes not.
So how was that whole startup thing then? So you were young in high school, like
I started with a push mower and then I bought myself a zero turn, like a
he did
piece
like
of
the
shit.
Old school, like when you were a kid.
You go around the neighborhood.
Now, Daniel, let me ask you this: do you advertise now, or
no.
just kind of like word of mouth?
Word of mouth. I get a call every other week or so. It seems like.
How did they call you though?
I got a business card.
Word of mouth customers.
I got a business card. I'll hand out. Somebody asks me in the neighborhood or something, stops and asks me.
Right. Well, that's cool. I'm just kind of wondering how you got customers.
Like most of my customers, they're like it comes in spurts and they're mostly in the same area. I have different, it's a different area. But I start with mowing one yard, and then their neighbor come over and ask me, "Hey, how much would you charge me to do that? I like the way their yard look. Make my yard look like that."
Yeah, damn.
Then people come across the street, come over and be like, "Well, yeah, I like that." So then I get their neighbor, and then.
Now, did you ever want to expand from that?
I mean, it'd be nice to be able to have that business and not have to be the one doing the work.
Okay.
Like most people these days are. Most
So
vaccine companies.
when this thing pops off and you're making money, you're going to reinvest in that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, first thing will be hiring somebody. So then all I got to do is
Okay.
handle the logistics of it, not actually the backbreaking part of it.
Okay.
Mm.
That's a worthy goal.
But
it's pretty smart.
New equipment needs to come first time. It is getting time for new equipment.
Yeah.
New trailer. I need a new trailer is a need right now.
I got you. Well,
it can't handle it so much.
Keep up, keep on keeping on,
I'm actually I've had to turn some jobs down.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, I don't have time to get to you anytime soon. So you can either be patient and wait, or you can just say find somebody else. I said, I'll just be honest with you. I'm backed up. I said, I'll be like, I can't handle this until the grass season's done. Then I can come do your other stuff. But
okay.
If you want your bushes pruned right now, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Y'all hear that now? Daniel's kind of backed up.
But we're getting slow. I mean, we're slowing down now. The grass slowing down the last couple of weeks.
So aerating soon,
huh? Oh, we're past that.
Yeah.
We're almost past
we
it.
did it at my job.
I mean, we're still. It's getting late. It's getting towards gonna start being slow coming up. Like I had somebody call me yesterday and asked if I did that.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, I do it. I can't guarantee you results this late, but yeah, I do it.
You'll do it.
That's kind of like the same thing with like us when we started the dog training business. I think that the idea and the potential behind it made sense. And, we started at the house and then it just got to the point where I'm like, okay, having 2 or 3 extra dogs here, I'm like, this is becoming a bit much. And, it would be different of having an actual facility, but then you get into that facility and as a new business owner, now you're dealing with other businesses. Don't bring them dogs over here. Don't walk on this side of the road.
God. That was some of the weird, it was, I'm not even going to go into what kind of establishment it was, but they, talking about don't bring the dogs in, like falsely accusing, saying that we did X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
An establishment like that shouldn't be, still alive. But,
and then and then I think it also, with anything, especially if you have an actual location, it was okay. How can we make it better? How can we make it a little bit more efficient? And then next thing you know, you find yourself dumping in more money and more money, and then it's kind of like
I wish that I know like I always tell you can't go back. But there's other wishes that I'm like, goodness gracious, we should have just kept wire kennels and
But that was the thing though, is because
we were trying to make it better each time, reinvest, and then I know.
But that's the thing is that some of those clientele were coming in there. They want to see the facility. They want to see what kind of space, what kind of room. I think that if it was like a day kind of board and train, it would be different.
Yeah.
But the fact that some of these dogs were with us for anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, they wanted to see
and things were going great, but then it turned into, okay, now that we're done training, hey, I want to board with you.
Yeah.
And then the boarders were taking up the facility, and there wasn't
really any calls coming in for training. So during COVID, dog training took a peak. It went up.
Because everybody's having a home and deal with them motherfuckers.
Yeah. So we started right as everything was starting to open back up, and I think it was just a lull. It was a good time and a bad time.
There's more of a need for boarding than there is for training. It seems like.
Well, everybody's leaving now. Everybody's leaving the house. Everybody's going on vacation, and
because my vet is covered up with boarding right now.
Yeah.
They make bank on that shit. He said I make more on boarding than we do on the veterinary work.
Yeah.
On surgeries.
If you take in a bunch,
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Is you would literally have to have.
But see, with straight boarding though.
See, they're buying the food. You're not buying the food. They're buying the food.
Well, but the thing is, with straight boarding, there's a lot of rules, like with the FDA and all them EPA and all that. You have several different inspections. So when you would the guy that's over our area. He's just I'll be honest with you. He's if you are training and then boarding, I don't care. I'm not inspecting it. But if you're just straight boarding, we're coming every month. Goodness gracious, that's a lot. You know?
We weren't doing anything wrong anyway.
No. We did everything like
it
we
looked
were
great.
supposed to. We did, kept it clean. We, worked hard on it. I mean, it really hurt, to kind of have to step away. But the way things were, and as I saw things moving and progressing, I was like, yeah, this ain't.
It just goes back to what you said. I'm like, I was getting burnt out like 7 days a week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hell, I was doing almost 2 days, 2 days in one every day.
Yeah.
So you're talking like 14-day weeks. It literally was just me. It was one long day with a series of naps. That's really what it was.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you were coming there after work too.
Then I started falling asleep at the wheel, trying to get there and stuff. Yeah, it started to become like we tried to find places closer, to our home, but it just nothing was available. And the things that were available, people they wasn't trying to lease to us or anything. I think as soon as you said we're trained off now, they know.
Mm-hmm.
But it was an experience that I don't regret it. I think it was something, it was an experience that we got to experience. And
it's one of those things that, if you don't take a leap and just do it,
you never know.
I
won't lay in my deathbed wondering what if, we did it. And, I'm not going to say we failed. We just had to pivot. We had to pivot our ideas to something else that's not going to be something that's going to be less physical on Miss Joy and less physical on me.
Look, if I had the land, I'd probably still do it.
Yeah, I mean, if I had land.
If you had land and had your own dedicated building for it, yeah.
I'm like, I'd probably still be doing it.
Yeah, but you're 100 steps to the kennel instead of an hour away? There's a big difference.
I'm going back and forth. I'm like, that is definitely different.
If I had land, I'd probably still be in it. And, we'll see.
It's kind of like the same thing with I had my Etsy store. Things were kind of going good. And then got caught up with the kennel at the time. So a lot of that kind of got pushed back. But the one thing that I have learned that I've seen from there, and your cousin Becca almost had a similar situation, is that, you're creating this stuff, but then you have other people, other creators that you're also going against.
Well, that's what I'm dealing with right now.
Then you've got and then it's one of those things these people are making these shirts or whatever. Well, guess what? I'm one person. I can't mass produce.
You're not a sweatshop.
Yeah, and I'm like, so the time that it's going to take me being one person, working a job, doing what I normally do in my everyday life, definitely doesn't make it any easy. Mm-mm. And the stuff that I'm currently making now, it's all just been request. This is not stuff that I normally do.
Yeah.
I don't do tumblers. I typically don't do custom pins. Can I do that stuff? Sure.
That's the thing is but if that's where the demand is, that's where the money is.
I mean, that's what.
But see, I don't have. Well, the thing with me, if that's what I'm going to be doing, then I would have a wholesale account and have my stock of my actual tumblers. But instead, I'm having to do like everybody else, hop on Amazon or somewhere and try to find, a good deal on tumblers versus, I can go to Michael's and get it or Hobby Lobby, but I'm still paying, a good bit.
Yeah.
But then I also can't charge, the fee of what I'm actually charging needs to be within reasonable too.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of, for sure, different factors when
they call that profit margin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing I have to do with my 3D printing.
Mm-hmm.
How much is that roll going to cost me? How much of that roll am I using?
Yep.
How many hours is it taking that thing to print?
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there thinking about it. I was like, I probably would have saved some money. Because normally I don't buy my vinyl from an actual, like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or anything like that. I have it on wholesale account that I normally go to in Arkansas, which I get really good deals. But I'm like, by the time I wait and put that order in, I'm like, and then my tumblers come in. I'm like, I just want to get this done. Get this done and out of the way, because it's not like something that eventually I know myself. I'm like, after I make it but so much, I'm like, I'm tired of this. Yeah. I'm like, can we do something else, please?
I ain't tired as long as the money coming through.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what my aunt said. My aunt and uncle sold their house this past week. Not a cheap ass, but they sold their house, right? She was like, "Oh, I'm so sad leaving the 20-some odd years of memories behind, this and that." She said, "I was sad till I lose the bank account." She said, "I'm not so sad now."
Sometimes that does make a difference, though.
Yeah. She said, "I wasn't as sad as I saw that bank account."
Well, I think it would be different if it was for sure.
She said, "Fuck them memories." Take them back.
Yeah. I'm like, I haven't got paid for it yet. But, which I'm not worried about it, because she's always, I don't have to worry about her. But I'm like, this one, if I was producing for sure, like a good bit like that, then it'd probably be different.
This would be online probably, and you would require payment up front. So.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you go buy something on.
Yeah, like it was different with like my Etsy stuff. But like even when I tried to do like the whole mask thing, I'm like, that didn't sell. I was making like custom masks and things like that during COVID.
Just so was everybody else.
But yeah. So it's just one of those things, like, you sometimes the niche or whatever is going on, it just don't suit you.
They always say the riches are in the niche.
So far my biggest request on my 3D printer are the coasters. Which I actually love, because those are one of the easier things to print. I like the fastest things to print.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're also a little bit cheaper because they don't require as much plastic as like a full bust of the middle finger over there did.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yep.
You talking about a third of that in the set of coasters.
I like my middle finger.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is keychains, like the car keychains that I've been printing off, and those I can make those in like 30 minutes each.
Yeah.
And they're $5 or $6 a piece, and it might cost me $1.50 to make it. So.
Oh, that's kind of like I was sitting there. I was like, man, maybe I should just do stickers.
Dude, you know how many people I know? I know somebody who's made a lot of money printing circle stickers off.
Oh, like so.
The cricket stickers, or you use the cricket for cars.
Not even that though, but like now that I've gotten, I got some intel from Josh's wife Nicole, so she kind of led me to what she actually uses, because I was sitting there, I'm like, how do you make it waterproof? How do you? I'm like, I've tried like different ideas. Somebody gave me like some type of like laminate idea, and I'm like, that didn't work. It didn't actually seal in the actual image. But this one so far, I mean, they legit. I'm like, they look good. They seem to be holding up pretty well. But,
I'll tell you a business.
Those are easy to make too.
I really like those.
Well, I'll tell you a business that makes a lot of money, and I know it does because my best friend's mom, when we were growing up, had this business and was able to support an entire household with 2 children and a mom and dad, and that is the sign business, the vinyl printing business.
Oh yeah.
So like the signs on the side of the road for like that advertise everything.
Yeah.
There's like the little signs with the holders. The signs, A-frames. She did full decals and stuff for sides of vans.
Yeah.
She printed off, even like for us, like when we were teenagers, we started driving, and I was like, well, we want stickers on our car. She would take scrap pieces of the vinyl from other jobs that she'd done that she saved, and she'd print off the vinyl stickers for us to put on the back of our car, for like $5 a piece. That business made a lot of money, and she like, for instance, when you see a van drive down the road and it has the, H&H painting number, so she did that for people. She put that on her car. She made a lot of the. I don't remember if you remember during COVID when it first started, when Mecklenburg County had those playground signs that they stuck on there that said do not enter or whatever. She made those signs. That was her company.
That's cool.
Now they moved to West Virginia. She sold the company, but it was a great company, and it was one of those companies that, when you think about it, the licensing and the equipment, everything wasn't really that much compared to the profit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think you could buy everything for under $10K. an entire business. I'm talking about commercial printers and all. Computer
that's the biggest thing that you need.
I'm talking about down to the computer and the software and all that. I mean, it wasn't that much, and she was making way more than that a year. So.
Oh yeah, you just gotta find the right.
And that's always going to have a niche. That's always going to have a need for that.
Yeah. There's always going to be a need for it.
As long as anybody's advertising, you're going to have a need.
But they say as long as there's a need, there won't be hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, like y'all were saying, you know, like with all the people that are, like, you know, making whatever. So you know, for everything that you make, somebody's making two. Or
that's what my business will always work because what I do because somebody's always going to want their grass cut.
Yeah. I mean,
somebody always going to get their eyes checked.
Huh?
That's what people always get glasses.
Yeah.
You can get your license open for your own.
No.
Let me tell you.
That shit costs.
The state of North Carolina is by far the most difficult state to get your actual license. And not even that, but I'm not going to go and go to school, go back to school, go get my dang on license when I get paid just as much as the actual license I'm teaching anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm not even licensed. So I'm like, there ain't no point.
Yeah. Not worth it in the end.
You know, the only downside is that, you know, a lot of the patients that come in there think that we actually get commission. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, please leave me a Google review because that is the only commission that I'm going to be getting, you know, or like something that ain't, you know, taxed or anything like that. That's cash money coming directly into my pocket.
Yeah. That you definitely need. Yeah. If y'all go down there and y'all use those services, make sure you leave a review for Miss Joy.
Yeah, I need to run my insurance. See if
if you don't go over there and use their services, go on ahead.
Go on
Except
and leave
for
Miss Joy a review.
Go on ahead and leave me a 5-star review for Piedmont Eye Care.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, mention my name, Joy. No, it don't matter.
Oh, it don't matter.
Just mention my name, Joy, on there. You can put whatever it is that you want on there.
Joy did awesome.
But you know what? Do not repeat it. Because if you repeat it,
take it away.
Yep.
Take it back.
I'm gonna go in there and be like,
she sure did.
I'm gonna go in there and be like, Miss Joy saved my marriage because I can now see how beautiful my wife is.
Oh, that would be good. I should.
But that ain't I'm like, I had my name on there, and I'm like, are you serious? You literally took off and removed that Google review, and I didn't get my $10. Because
how dare you?
Yeah, because the patient reused her old review.
Yeah.
The patient came in, she just copy and pasted the actual review. And when the person looked up her actual name, realized, yeah, she's a patient of ours, but her son didn't come in. First of all, how did you even know if the son came in or not?
I know, right?
First of all, why are you spending that much time to figure it out in the first place?
Exactly. I'm like,
so that's costing y'all more money to do that.
It ain't even your money. So if it's just our name, we get 20. If it's our name mixed, with other people, then you only get 10.
Yep.
And they just changed that. But I'm like, other than that, no, we don't get paid commission. We don't get paid to sell y'all in a ridiculously expensive frame.
Yeah.
I'm like, not getting paid anymore. I mean, we got to keep the lights on. Because every time I turn around, Dr. P wanting to renovate.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Every time you renovate, the price go up.
No.
Somebody got to pay for it.
So they just want y'all to sell more.
Somebody got to pay for the renovation.
That's what it is. Well, price don't go up, it's sell more.
Pressure goes to employees. Well, kind of did a little roundtable discussion on, our little perspective of what we're doing on the sides and stuff like that. And of course, we're all here.
If you need your grass cut, give me a call.
Sundays and stuff.
If you need a tree plant, give me a call.
Yeah, but we also have, we're doing that. But I had a little small announcement as far as Convo Kings. Mr. Smooth Jeffrey has decided to step away from the mic. He's just going to kind of stay in the background, and so. Mr. Smooth, he said he may or may not, come in sometimes, but kind of want to let everybody out there in listener land know, Miss Layla has been filling in, but that's that's good graces because if you got one out, you got two out. So
yeah.
So that's kind of where I was, kind of talking to y'all last week. I didn't know whether I needed to, see if we need to get us an intern or something like that. But that's something that I'll be looking at, moving forward is somebody that if we're going to get an intern. If we're just going to keep dwindling down to it's just me sitting here behind the mic, I don't know.
I mean, if you look, when you look at most radio shows, you don't normally see more than 3 to 4 people on the show. So.
Yeah, but I'm saying like when Dustin's out, what if Miss Joy's sick? And there's only 2 of us.
I mean, you and me sit here and cuss at each other the whole time.
Well, last time Daniel didn't go so well, did it?
Daniel was not Daniel at the time, so.
I'm just messing with you.
Daniel ain't letting that happen no more.
But
Daniel said, "Fuck everybody."
Oh goodness, yeah. But like I said. So there's a little bit of thought that's got to go into that situation. I didn't really have time to sit and think about it this week because of all the stuff going on. When I run this, the dark hour and my own personal brand that I do, it gets kind of mind tasking after a while. So, and then last week, for some reason, I don't know what was going on. I ended up having to bring an old computer out and completely rebuild, and started from scratch just to get the podcast out. I eventually got them out, but it took an entire it almost took I'd say a day and a half to clean the computer out, because it had to run the slow program and all that stuff. But eventually I got it, and now it's screaming saying you might want a computer that operates on 11 or more. I'm like, dang.
The hell you do? Bring out XP?
No, it's 10. It's 10. It's a laptop I used while I was in school.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great laptop. It's just some of the stuff
He's thick.
Huh?
Big.
It's real big. Yeah, she's thick. And then I have so Think Media is another place that I know Miss Joy probably has heard these people talking because I'm telling y'all, I study from sun up to sundown. Even when I'm, I'm tending to the dogs, spending time with them, I got something going in the background where I'm studying on YouTube or, what's the new algorithm and all this stuff and, what's happening and how many times should you post it. Let me tell you, there's no such thing, right? There's no such thing as a certain time of day. Just post your stuff. The only thing is that TikTok, after about 24 hours, they don't push that video anymore. So if you're getting,
that's why they do all these reposts. Everybody always does a repost.
Yeah, unless somebody reposts it, then you catch traction. But as far as TikTok is concerned,
that's what I'm saying. That's why all these creators, they're always reposting their stuff.
TikTok is this past week they just released a thing where you're not getting credit for anything that you repost. If your listeners or your viewers or your subscribers, your followers, whatever you want to call them, they repost it, it's fine. But if you repost your own content, it gets kind of they will even slow it down even more. They call it shadow banning.
The hell?
It's like a shadow ban. They don't necessarily ban you from that, but they will slow it down. So the idea of all these companies is to keep you on the app. So if your video is not keeping people on the app, guess what? So I'll give out a little free advice. I'll give it this little tidbit. When you submit a video to TikTok, TikTok automatically sends it to 200 people. Right? It goes out to 200 people. Now, if anybody in that group, people, you get a nice little like or somebody watches it through or shares it or saves it as a favorite, whatever it is, then it moves up to a next bracket, and that's 4 to 500. And then once you get past the 4 to 500, then they just open up the floodgates, where you go into the thousands and you start catching that traction. And that's when you actually, this past week last week was the first time that I'd ever had anything go mini viral. It's at almost 60,000 views right now. And every time I pick up my phone, somebody, So I've almost learned that, but you also have to. So now you got the idea that TikTok may be banned in the U.S. So everybody that has, all these followers on TikTok and all that stuff, in the next 2 to 3 months, TikTok could be gone.
And so is their income.
If they're not backing themselves up right now with like YouTube. Mm-hmm. So that's why YouTube, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but when you open up that, they have what they call YouTube Shorts. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of like YouTube going, hey, we're not going to get banned. Come on over here. Mm-hmm. So then they start getting a lot of people. They're
just a lot more picky on their what you can post.
Yeah, they do a lot of more copyright stuff. Yeah,
much more censored than TikTok.
Yeah, it's a little bit more censored. Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you just instead of saying murder, you have to say smurder.
Yeah,
I mean, people done figured out how to get around all that.
And then here lately, I've been on my Facebook video.
Facebook Reels is coming.
I really love it.
Yeah, I do like watching some of that.
There's been some funny shit on there.
I haven't really jumped into Facebook because, one, it did take that like downfall for a while. Like it was pretty bad. Like they were talking like it was like for old people. Facebook for old people.
I mean, that's why I'll get on there for Marketplace and for the Reels.
You know what I'm saying, for say, but I'm not old. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a Gen Xer. So I'm kind of like in that middle of, 1 second I could, like some stuff on Facebook, and the next second, I don't know.
I mean, believe me, I'm like, there's some times that I sit there and I'm like, man, we could like do a bunch of different videos, whether it's like us, the dogs when we're out and about doing stuff or whatever. And I'm like, but the time frame to turn around and have to edit all of that, post, go through all that stuff, I'm like, that takes a lot of work and a lot of energy.
It does.
And I'm like, all my medical stuff just sucks all that energy out of me. I'm like, I am just like physically and like mentally exhausted. Like I already feel it after this day on like this week and this weekend. I'm like, I'm mentally done.
That's how my job worked the shit out of me this past week. So.
I'm like, I've had way too much stuff going on that, and it's when you're doing too much is when you start fucking up shit that you enjoy doing. And you're like, damn. Like, what the heck?
Or when there's something you enjoy doing, you're like, I don't even want to fucking do that right now.
Yeah. Or that too.
Yeah.
Like this morning, I didn't want to ride a damn 4-wheel this afternoon.
I didn't. There were a couple of days this past week where I was like, I don't got it today. So that with Think Media too, I flirted with the idea of maybe just paying for their VRA, the Video Ranking Academy. I've flirted with that idea because I think there's just a missing piece. There's something that I don't know. I'm just flirting with it right now, so I'll figure out. I'll make those decisions over the next week or so. But what they do too with that is that they'll look at my videos and they'll look at my channel and basically they'll tell you if you're crap or not, and so that you're not spinning tires and going nowhere. But then not only do they tell you if you're crap or not, but then they give you like, okay, so this is what you post on, so let's make a plan for it.
But you gotta pay for it, right?
Yeah, it's like a coaching thing. You gotta pay for it, but
ain't nothing free. Hell, the fucking air I'm breathing ain't free.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm flirting with it. I don't know yet. I'm just kind of.
I'm like, I've been home. I ain't had no time to film ding dong.
I know, but well, you go and get them tonight, huh? I'm tired. I'm tired of Dogland for a little bit. I've been trying to like.
Yeah, one's having a birthday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I gotta go find me.
Miss Joy's been busy making the tumblers and stuff, so I wasn't trying to bother her. So I just been kind of taking on the dogs. You know.
Trust me, that's a chore.
Yeah, it is a
No,
chore.
I actually know it's a chore.
Yeah.
That dang burn kilo. I'm like, boy,
Kilo.
we went how many dang on months? And I thought I was like, maybe he missed. Because when I pulled up my dang on pants, I was like, okay, look like a little scratch.
Yeah.
Day 2 come around, day 3, the whole damn side of my knee is swollen and bruised.
Oh.
That sucker took a whole bite. Bite.
He took a bite out of crab.
I'm like, why you do this to me?
I got to show Miss Joy when we get home, but yesterday morning, Charlie's toys in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, one of them stabbed me in the bottom of my foot.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a big gash in the bottom of my foot.
It's like stepping on Legos.
Boy, I was cussing.
It's like stepping on Legos.
Yes, exactly what that. It felt worse than that, actually. So I had to pull it out of my foot. But, yeah, I was laughing because she was Miss Charlie was looking at me like, that's how. Because I was like, GD, Charlie, damn it, got your toys in the room. And I almost, kind of almost laughed a little bit at the same time. But
I want to kick that toy as hard as good.
Oh, no, I threw that something across the room.
And then you kick the toy and then you throw it across the room and bounce back and hit you in the
head. Yeah. See, I've learned, I am old enough to know not to trust a fart. Yeah.
Oh, I found that out this past week.
So,
in the middle of a job site, in the middle of the field.
You're not old enough for that yet. But, anyway, yeah. So we're, to round it back in and try to get a little bit on topic here. So what today is basically kind of a review of what it's like in the life of a small business owner or content creator that's not quite a paid content creator. They said that, one of the classes I watched was if you influence one person to hit like on your video, you're considered an influencer. So I guess, guys, y'all are looking at a true blue influencer. It is what it is. Y'all also have to look in the mirror because whether y'all know it or not, you're content creators. Mm-hmm. You're putting out content.
And I think that a lot of people, it's easy for people to watch, people's TikTok and Instagrams and YouTube, all of this stuff, and you pretty much see the end outcome.
Yep. Same thing with dog training.
And a lot of these people, they still started somewhere.
Sean Connell, the one that he owns Think Media. He started he did videos for his church. Mm-hmm. And then he had like a vlog. Like he still shows his first video to people. And he's like, this is how horrible it was.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like there's some of like these makeup artists and things like that they've been doing this since they were like in freaking high school. Yeah. And they're in their 30s now. Yeah. Like they just got to the point where they got noticed.
A lot of those too, the early creators, they were doing content before it was a paid business. Yes. So it's a little bit different now. You're not going to spend 10 years. If you're doing it right and you're trying and you're working hard, you're not going to spend 10 years trying to get paid.
I know. I'm just saying, like it's.
No, I'm not saying you're saying that. I was just saying in general, in case somebody's listening, like, well, damn, it took them 10 years, 15 years. It don't take that long, but you got to put your nose to the grind.
Yeah, that's the thing. You still have to continue to push forward.
Yep.
Continue to try to stay motivated. With whatever you're trying to do. Because the ultimate goal is do something that makes you happy.
Yep. That's what they were saying. Like when you pick a content that you're going to do, does it make you happy? Because this is what you're going to.
If it don't make you happy, take it back.
Pretty much, yeah. Mm-hmm. They'll say you need to pivot.
Well, if you're not doing something to make you happy, people will be able to tell it don't make you happy.
So,
like my job don't make me happy, and they can tell I ain't happy when I get there.
Yeah.
I've been having some of that too, a little bit of job burnout myself, just with some stuff that's going on at my job. Always feeling like you're not good enough and stuff like that. So I deal with that, but I don't let it affect me after I leave the job. After I leave the job, I leave it there. But while you're there and you got pretty much you work in the same building where Park and Rec's Golden Boy works.
I think it's also easy for people to criticize others when you're not there.
Yeah, it's easy to say that you don't know what somebody's doing if you're not really there watching it.
Exactly.
And just because something isn't built in the fashion that you would build it, don't necessarily make it wrong. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
If it's level and it does a job and it serves a purpose, but to take away somebody's raise because of that, that's a little bit rough.
I mean, that's all I like. Whenever I'm creating something, especially when it's some type of design, you get a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, just do whatever you think." I'm like,
no,
not really. And I was like, because if I present you with 3 different designs, the funny thing is what I like and what I think looks good and making something pop, you're gonna choose the complete opposite.
That's another thing too, like with the YouTube, you have to the thumbnails, like you have to stop the scroll, because if somebody goes on YouTube and they're just mindless scroll.
That's what I do. I get on YouTube every day when I'm taking a shit, and I do this. I scroll real fast until something's took my eye, and I'm like, oh, I want to watch that. Let me watch that right now. Let me watch that right now. So,
So
title too, the creative title.
The thumbnail and title is a big deal.
Yeah, I'll give about 30 seconds in the video. What the fuck is this? Let me keep going.
You want them,
or you keep on watching like somebody.
It's a train wreck.
Because somebody's singing so horrible that you just can't help.
Do y'all know that young lady had a concert the other night? Somebody actually paid her to be on a concert. So we're in a day and age where I'm telling you, y'all think that I'm crazy as hell. I know y'all do. You're one podcast or one video away from making it. That's what every time you put one of these in the can, there's that damn lottery that you're playing. Like it
don't cost you nothing to put it there.
No, well, it does kind of.
Up front, it does if you want equipment. You don't have equipment already, but
I mean, and you don't necessarily. I mean, hell, first couple of our podcasts were on the phone, but but that's another story altogether. But
look how far we've come.
Yeah, man, we got to I mean, we're doing a whole lot better than some people. But I mean,
some people ain't really getting their all either.
No.
Some people are like, "Fuck this." I'm just hoping I get lucky without putting nothing into it.
Yeah, no, we're giving it everything. I need to start, getting up here during the week and working a little bit more. But
you got to ride.
Yeah, but then you come up here and show me videos, and I'm up here trying to work.
No,
I need it like
I don't have
silent.
to do that. I can do the same thing.
Just need to be quiet.
I can go in there and take a shit.
Go in there and take a shit. I'm not gonna run you up and down the road, Daniel. That's not respectful.
Yeah, that time I'm already over here anyways, going to Vista Auction.
Going out Vista Auction that much.
I just won something just now. Third time this week.
Maybe you are. I don't know. I used to didn't really believe you until Joy started doing it. And then every time she was like, well, I gotta go by there. I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe Daniel was telling the truth.
I'm over here all the time.
But yeah, no, I'll figure something out. I may have to call you. I don't know. We'll see what.
You got Uber.
Yeah, I got Uber too. It's I'm not very comfortable with it.
Uber's expensive as fuck.
$12. I didn't price it.
What?
$12 from my house to here.
Cause I priced it one day and they wanted it for like $32. I was like, holy fuck.
From my house to here is $12, and then Joy can pick me up.
Mm-hmm. So
I mean, you gotta think about it. If I worked a part-time job and I had a car, I'd probably spend $12 in gas a week, or $20 of gas. Depending on how many days I come up here, you'd spend that on gas. But I gotta start doing that. I need to get I need to get me a backdrop for videos and stuff. But that's something I'll talk to Miss Joy about later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean that's kind of how it is. We I know I can answer for myself and Miss Joy because I see her. I know Daniel does too, but we work pretty hard, and then I work twice as hard to try to get this stuff out and not be just putting it out whenever. So if it does take me a while to get it out, something's went wrong. I'm waiting on internet. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with the computer, stuff like that. I really need like another one of those at the house. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So that I can have two different, it's either that or I need to make sure my behind is up here with Uber and stuff like that. So I have to decide which one costs more. I'm actually looking at cameras right now instead of another computer. So.
But that's the thing, though. It's one of those things. This dang burn headphones.
Miss Joy's headphones trying to slip off. Or should I say Dustin's headphones? Miss Joy putting her ear wax all over Dustin.
They ain't Dustin's today.
I know, right?
Who bought them?
That's true too.
That's good.
Those are mine over there.
Yeah, hers is on the Raven.
These legit are mine.
Well, we know that. Yeah. Guess what? You're talking about your ear slipping off, and then
She took her thought back.
I was telling you about how long it takes me to get in here and do all that stuff. I think Miss Joy her dementia just kicked in,
Yeah.
She took her mind back.
To my working hard on the show. Me telling you.
Talking about the earphones.
Mm-mm.
Well, I was talking about headphones and computers and cameras.
Oh yeah, the computers.
There you go.
Like that aspect of things, it's at what point, just in what we're discussing, being content creators.
Yep.
Small little side jobs, hustling, all this stuff. But how much money do you invest? What, and you're thinking about, okay, well, this would make it easier, because those were some of the ideas that I had thought about when we were actually at the actual kennel. And I'm like, okay, if we did this, yes, I'm spending $5,000, on these kennels. Very nice kennels, but it's one of those things like, okay, was that a good investment? I mean, there are certain things that I feel like money could have been spent differently.
Well, I'll answer your question on that. They were a good spot. You're still using them.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know that, but I'm talking about even with David, him having to come to the studio because this setup is a lot better. And not even just that, though, but I think it's also to get him out of the actual house, because when you're at home, then you're in a different mindset. Then it's like, well, you know what? I'm home. I hear the dogs barking. Let me just go on ahead and take them out.
You lose your creative thought there.
But it's twofold. It's at the same time like, okay, on days that I don't feel like going to the studio, you want to be able to have the equipment to do what you need to do too.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, okay, well, we're, at how much more money are you going to continue to push out when you haven't seen a return yet? So I think that with anybody that's starting anything new, that's probably the biggest, I guess you can say, issue that they're going to have is that debate of how much are you willing to invest? What's the actual return that you're going to get? How long are you going to wait for this actual return? Or you're basically just putting money out there and hope for the best.
It's not for everybody.
No. Well, I mean, anybody
consistency.
Can do it. It takes consistency. It does take
passion.
that. It takes a passion, but
love.
I don't know what Daniel just threw me off. But yes, you do have to have compassion, love, and all that stuff. I'm not saying he's wrong, but what I'm saying too is you have to have that drive to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to push forward.
I'm in that same spot on my 3D printing business right now. I'd love to invest in having another machine to run multiple, but at the same time, it's like, I got to make sure that this one's making money before I can do that.
Yeah, well, that kind of leads me to what I was saying was that I think as soon as you make that, you get monetized, you almost have to double down. Like, do you go out and start spending this money on whatever? Do you double down and let's get that camera, let's get that,
When you start making money, you take whatever money you are making and put it straight back into it, and then it'll double it.
It's called double down.
It'll double it.
Yeah, it's double down. So, like, there's little things here. I can see it from both sides of the table. You kind of like, well, how much money are you going to throw at it? And then you can say, well, why wouldn't you throw money at it?
Mm-hmm.
You got to spend money to make money.
Like, in 100 years, nobody's going to know who we were. In 100 years. So, you either live now or not at all,
Yeah, but this one, there again, I think that, I've learned a few things from decisions that were made with the actual training side. I think that I probably got carried away with certain stuff, but at the same time, it did make it easier.
Yeah.
It helped and it was beneficial at that time. I don't think that anybody plans to start a business that would.
You're planning it to fail.
Yeah, it's not. Well, not. Because I don't consider that.
You're planning to have to stop.
The plan wasn't for it to, fail or anything like that, but it unfortunately had an abrupt ending.
Yeah, it did have an abrupt ending, yeah.
With the situation that we were kind of put in.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately, gave us a lot of setbacks.
Yeah.
With that. Yeah. So I think that,
we're slowly rebuilding though.
Moving forward, yes, that's probably the biggest thing. And, being able to enjoy life a little bit, more now that we actually finally have our passports.
Yeah.
And having that opportunity to actually travel has probably been a big thing. But, at the same time, we have chosen to have multiple fur babies. And that comes with a lot of responsibility, too.
I'm not sure where you're going.
I'm saying if I want to travel, my fur babies are going to be either, if they ain't going with me, they still going to cost you a pretty penny to put them up in a place.
Okay.
Not all.
And so I'm sure there's probably going to be some times that you're going to end up with us. That's why we're like,
oh yeah.
That's why we're already starting this journey of getting them snipped, getting everybody snipped. I already got some.
Otherwise, you can come back from vacation and find out you got about 5 other fur babies.
Oh,
no.
You just got a whole nother litter.
No.
Oh, hell.
A couple months from. I wonder where did they get pregnant? Oh, the pound. Not the pound, but the boarding place. The boarding
That's
place.
the last place one of my dogs were in.
No. I said I meant what I meant was they got pounded at the.
Oh.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
That was a good experience and a bad experience with the puppies. I definitely missed them growing up, watching them. That was like the cutest damn little thing. They went from being able to fit in this like Tupperware almost kind of container that was maybe a foot and a half.
Yeah.
You could all fit in there, and then after about a couple of weeks, the next thing you know, we're like, oh hell, they done outgrown that. Now we're having to carry 2 or 3 at a time and watch them being able to move around and walk, and seeing the 2 that we got now, I'm like, they still act the exact same way.
Yeah.
But now we have learned, so we gained something from that perspective when seeking out an actual breed. Like if for whatever reason somebody needed, we could probably, if somebody was looking for a puppy, we would be able to pick out a right puppy for you.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. We can tell you.
You can start a reality show doing this.
Well, we are. We're living on a reality show.
I mean, like one of those TV shows.
I know.
Instead of like real estate, you're or training, you're picking out animals for their forever home.
Well, I guess we're getting ready to take it on in. This week on the Dark Hour, I think we're going to travel up to Salem.
Yeah.
Talk about some more witches.
It's fun. It's so funny you use that name.
Yeah, I know. And it's Salem's the name of Daniel.
My other black cat's name is Salem.
Yeah. So we'll dedicate that show to the loss of Mr. Casper as well. And the doggies that we've all had that have crossed over the bridge.
Mm-hmm. There's one in particular y'all had that I miss so much to this day, and it was like I almost felt like that was my dog as well. So
I hear you.
I know it's crazy I say that, but it's true.
No, I hear you.
Felt like it was my dog too. So
I hear you.
I love that dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was a good dog.
That's my other breed.
Yeah, the bullies. I like the bullies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like the bullies a lot. But all right, guys. I guess we'll take it home. I'm not going to do our round panel that Dustin normally does. I think y'all are all good, right? You're living.
Yes.
I'm breathing.
We don't have a moniker at the end of the show now. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Moniker.
Yeah. We were saying peace, love, and happy, but Mr. Jess left us.
Who's like fuck everybody?
Fuck peace.
Yeah, because on the Dark Hour we say keep it creepy.
Yeah, now we got to say what?
So we're gonna have to figure out something else. It ain't
All right,
came
y'all
to
just
us
gonna have
yet.
to give us time. We ain't have one hit us yet.
All hail the king.
All hail the king. Anyway. All right, guys. Until next week, y'all.
Live royalty.
You know what? We'll just do what I do on my YouTube. Be good or be good at it.
Peace out.